have Moshe coming. And it's so joyful to share about Krishna consciousness with our devotees, isn't it? It's so joyful. Krishna himself says, Tu Sutam Kartama Yoga, which means this Krishna consciousness is not different practice, right? How different is it to take part in the life kirtan, right? And Krishna has given us the most easiest method, saying that you don't need to run away into the forest, you don't need to go up into the Himalayas, because that's what olden days people used to do, right? They used to go into the Himalayas and meditate out here. But Krishna is giving us the most easiest recipe. Sometimes you have some very nice things to eat, but the recipes are very difficult to make. But imagine you get the best of the best thing and the recipe is so easy. How wonderful, isn't it? That you can not only get the recipe, but you can enjoy the food like that. So Krishna is so kind that he's given us the most easiest method in Kali Yuga. Because when we see the other yugas, it is mentioned in our scriptures, Kretayan Jayate Vishnu, Kretayan Yajate Makai, Dwapare Parishayayam Kalotadari Hari Kirtana, which means the Yuga Dharma in Satya Yuga was to meditate for thousands of years. So if you have to realize God, you have to meditate for thousands of years. People used to meditate because they had such a long life. They would meditate for thousands of years. But can we even meditate for a day? We don't have such kind of a power. So in Satya Yuga, that was the kind of a Yuga Dharma. The Yuga Dharma was to meditate for thousands of years. In Treta Yuga, when Lord Ram was there, the Yuga Dharma was fire sacrifice. So everything they would do a fire sacrifice. That is the Yuga Dharma. So when Janaka Maharaj, he did not have any child, they did a fire sacrifice. And that's when later, when they were plowing the field, they found at the tip of the plow, they found a nice basket where they found Sita Devi. That is how the name Sita Devi came. Sita means like the tip of the plow is called Sita. So that's how the name came. So at that time, by doing the fire sacrifice, that was the Yuga Dharma. For everything, they would do a fire sacrifice when Lord Ram was there. And when Dwapara Yuga, when Lord Krishna was there, deity worship, elaborate deity worship, Satyayin worship, they used to do a lot of elaborate worship. None of these things we can do in Kali Yuga. We don't have so many mantras to do fire sacrifice. We don't have so much of age to do thousands of years of meditation. So Krishna said that in Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan Yajna. In Treta Yuga, the Yuga Dharma was fire Yajna. But in Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is Kirtana Yajna. Sankirtan Yajna. So by just everybody joining together and doing Kirtan, we call it Sankirtan Yajna. So this is the Yajna which is recommended for Kali Yuga. Easiest way and the best results. That means that short life that we have, we don't even survive for 100 years, right? If we cross 100 years, we may get a letter from the king also saying, well done. Well done. You passed the century, you know? Isn't it? It's such a difficult thing, isn't it? In Kali Yuga. It's like, but in ancient time, they used to meditate for thousands of years. Imagine how many years they had. Lord Ram ruled for thousands of years. Darshan Maharaj used for thousands of years. 60,000 years, 12,000 years was nothing in those days. But for us, 100 years, But Krishna is saying, even though it is such a fallen yuga, the yuga is supposed to be, the best yuga was Satya Yuga. People were very pious and everybody was very nice and all that. But in Kali Yuga, most fallen yuga. It is the yuga of hypocrisy. It's a yuga of fault finding. All the bad things are there in this Kali Yuga. Right? Is it not? We are seeing that, right? Parents don't get along with the children. We don't get along with the neighbors. Everywhere there is wars happening. Are we not seeing that all happening? We are seeing that, right? Compared to our generation when we were there, when we were small kids, when we all used to live in a nice joint families and different, it was a different atmosphere. Now it is totally different, isn't it? Generation, just in one lifetime, we are seeing so much of changes. In Kali Yuga, in the future, but the good part is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has predicted the golden period for the next 10,000 years, where Hare Krishna Mahamantra will become so popular. Srila Prabhupada went in 1960s, right? Let us say somewhere in the 70s he started this, right? And within 60 years, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra has already become so popular, right? When Srila Prabhupada started in US, the whole US was flooded with Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It became very popular. They call it Hare Krishna explosion. So like that, within 10 years, one Srila Prabhupada, one Guru, That's why Srila Prabhupada used to say, one beautiful moon is enough, more than 1,000 useless stars. One moon is enough. So like that, in every one of our house, it's not necessary that everybody is practicing Krishna consciousness. But each one of you can be ambassadors for Krishna consciousness. जब जब आचरिति श्रेष्ठ तद्दत् एवे तनो जना श्रेय प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तत् अनुवर्तते. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, whatever actions great people do, the common man will follow. And whatever examples he sets by his standards, the whole world will follow him. And that is why Lord Ram came. Lord Ram, what is the specialty of Lord Ram? Why do we remember Lord Ram even today? That in spite of all the hardships and all that, he stood for Dharma. One day before he was supposed to be crowned as a king, he was told that, sorry, you can't be the king. Not only you can't be the king, you have to go into the forest and live for 14 years. Imagine what a bad news. Somebody would have died of heart attack only. Imagine told like, imagine just a son nowadays is telling you, sorry, you can't get the 1,000 crores of father's property. He will go for a war with his father. What the hell? What do you mean I can't get it? He'll fight in the court also, right? But you see the life of Lord Ram. He accepted it. He accepted it and he was the same. The same, he was never overexcited when he said that he was going to be crowned as a king. Neither was he dejected when he said he was supposed to go into the forest. And this is what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Matras parsastu kaunteya shidosna subhadukada agama payino nityastanta tiksvasupad. Arjuna, this happiness and distress, sukha and dukkha, they're just like summer and winter season. Even if you don't want also, do troubles ever knock your door? They will come uninvited, isn't it? Troubles in our life. Anxiety, does it ever knock the door? It will come into our life, whether we like it or not, right? Similarly, so Krishna is saying this happiness and distress, they're just like summer and winter season. They will come and go. Mango season came this summer, again it's gone, again next summer it will come. It will come again. So Krishna is saying you should learn to accept, learn to tolerate happiness and distress. They just some like summer and winter. You should learn. So Bhagavad Gita, a lot of people think it is a retirement plan. We will read it when we get retired. But someday, these days, people are having dementia problems, right? They can't even recognize their own family members. What to forget about reading Bhagavad Gita, right? People are suffering. How many people have reaching up to the old age, right? People are getting into all kind of difficulties, problems, health problems, mental health problems. If all the organs are good, mental health problems. But Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is saying a nice thing. Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve vartadatmaiva shatruva. Krishna is saying, for one who has conquered his mind will be your best friend. But for one who is not able to control his mind or conquer his mind, his own mind will become his worst enemy. And is it not true? So many great people, they achieve amazing success. And suddenly they're like the snake and ladder, the game. Suddenly they will go down. Right? Have you not seen so many people like Mike Tyson? So many people are there, examples. They see the height of success and suddenly they fall because they're not able to control their mind. So controlling the mind is very important. But how do we control mind? How do we take care of our mental health in this Kali Yuga? The best way that we can take care of our mental health is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why? Because why chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? How does it help in mental health problem? Because as we keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is a sound vibration coming from the spiritual world, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this sound vibration goes through the ears, enters into your heart, into your mind. Cheto Darpana Mardana, which means it cleanses your heart, it cleanses your mind. So your mind is full of anxiety, so much of stress, right? So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will completely pacify your mind. It will purify your mind. It will purify your consciousness. And in that way, when your mind is purified, automatically your mind will become your best friend because you are keeping your mind completely on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna himself tells in Bhagavad Gita, Mayeva mana adatva mayi buddhi niveshaya, which means he is praying, Arjuna, fix your mind upon me. Upon me means chanting this Hare Krishna, because there is no difference between the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Krishna. So when Krishna says, fix your mind upon me by hearing this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so what will happen? That also Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Prasanta manasa hayenam yoginam sukamuttamam. Which means when you keep your mind fixed on hearing this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prasanta Manasahayam, you achieve the highest form of transcendental happiness by listening to this Hare Krishna. That is why, don't you observe that when you come to the Hare Krishna Mandir and when you sit in the Kirtan, a sense of happiness and a sense of peacefulness comes in your mind, right? You feel very, very peaceful when you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? Why? Because this power of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it cleanses and purifies your consciousness. And it completely gets rid of all your stress, all your anxiety, everything will be wiped out by just chanting the Hare Krishna. So this is the antidote for mental health problems in this Kali Yuga. That always keep the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with you. You can take the Hare Krishna Mahamantra wherever you're going. You have a chanting beats like this, like the one which I showed earlier, like this, right? Like today morning I was just talking to one man, one of the devotees who came here, and he was telling me that after listening to your, this about your speech about this Krishna, I started taking my chanting bag to my work. And I was so happy to hear that. That can anyone stop if you just take a small bag like this in your pocket? All you have to do is just put your hand into this bag and just wherever you're going, whether if you're going to office, no problem at all. When you're on your way to your station, train station, you can, when you're walking, instead of keeping your mind thinking about so many things, just keep your mind like this. Keep your hand like this in the chanting bag. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Is it difficult to do this? All you have to do is invest in a chanting bag like this and chanting beats like this. Easiest, and these are Tulsi Mala. Imagine how auspicious it is. And all you have to do is just, that's it. And chant, start with one round. 10 minutes it takes. 10 minutes. On your way to the train station, chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. People out of curiosity sometimes they're like, what is there in the chanting bag? Sometimes they used to ask me, what is that? Some people, they can't stop from asking, what is that? Why? What are you whispering? Then they were like, yeah, that's the names of the God. Because in any religious tradition, Nama Japa is common across all the religious traditions. If you ask anybody, glorifying the Lord is a very common practice in all the religious traditions. And Nama Japa is especially recommended in Kali Yuga. If you ask all the great souls, all the great acharyas, everybody swears by Nama Japa. In fact, Krishna himself is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Satatam Tirthayanto Mam Yatantyascha Dridavita Namasyantyascha Mam Bhakti Nitya Yukta Upashate. Arjuna, my devotees, they're always chanting my name. Krishna himself is telling. So one of the qualifications how we can become a devotee of Krishna is by always chanting the Hare Krishna Maha. Krishna himself is saying Satatam, which means there is no restriction when you have to chant the Hare Krishna Maha. Like some mantras will be there, right? You have to chant early in the morning, you have to be a Brahmin, you have to certain rules and regulations and all, right? For the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you can chant anytime. Morning once, like the doctors give you prescription, right? Okay, take this tablet once in the morning, once in the night. Like that, early in the morning when you wake up, sit in front of Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Before you close the day, at the night, before you're going to sleep, just another round in front of Krishna. And just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You'll have a nice, happy, peaceful sleep. Why? Because you're thinking of Krishna before you're sleeping, right? So your mind will become so peaceful if you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra before you're sleeping. Right? So we are not following blind faith. Our faith is based on scriptures, Shastra Chaksu and Guru Chaksu. We believe in them. Why? Our Guru, the Srila Prabhupada, started this big Hare Krishna movement by just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. How did he start the Hare Krishna this movement? In New York, he was sitting under a tree and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram. Everybody started gathering. See the power of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And everybody started chanting. And then the whole, like when a big fire is there, it all starts with one small matchbox, isn't it? If you have a big room of petrol, all it needs is one matchbox and the whole. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada started this whole thing by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So it has a lot of potency. And even if we chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even once if we say, Krishna, I am yours, and I'm just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this will go a long way in your bhakti life. Because in this material world, people will always tell you, give you ideas how to enjoy this material world. But nobody tells you how to attain auspiciousness, how to enjoy in your spiritual life. No, that nobody tells. They will say, okay, come home, let's watch Netflix together, let's do all this. Did you ever hear anybody saying, let's do come home, let's do kirtan together? That only Krishna devotees will tell you. If you ask them, they'll say like, yeah, you come home, we'll make some nice Krishna prasadam and eat nicely, we'll have. So for Krishna devotees, their nice pastimes is, they will invite all the devotees, have a nice Krishna prasadam. This is how we do our whole house program, right? When devotees invite us, what do? We do a nice kirtan. We nicely nicely listen to one nice Krishna katha. And then we will end the day by nice Krishna prasadam. How beautiful, isn't it? How beautiful, isn't it? We're listening to Krishna katha, we're listening to nice kirtan, and we are ending the day by Krishna prasadam. All of these are auspicious things. Why do we do kirtan? Because Krishna said, this is how my devotees are. Satatam kirtayanto ma. Why do we listen to Krishna katha? That also Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Machitta matgata pradam bodhayante pradma. Arjuna, my devotees are always discussing about Krishna katha with each other. That's what we are doing. And finally, Krishna prasadam. What do we get by eating Krishna prasadam? Any food that you make, and sattvic food, and if you offer it to Krishna, that will become Krishna prasadam. You know, even the food that you eat, it will bind you in more karma. Do you know that? Even the food that you eat comes with the karma along with that. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna's advice in Bhagavad Gita is, Yashna sistasena santo muchyante sarva kilvishai munjate agam papa ye pachante atmakarana. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, those devotees who are offering food first to me and then they are eating, they will be released from all kind of the sins that attach with the food. Why? Because they are first offered it to Krishna. So when we offer it food to Krishna, what Krishna will do is, he will honor that food, he will bless that food, he will eat that food and keep it as prasadam for you. So Krishna is doing your best friend, like a true best friend. What is he doing? He is doing all the bad karma that comes along with the food. So when you offer it to food to Krishna, that will help you in purifying your consciousness, because the food that you eat, it affects your mind, right? So when you're eating Krishna prasadam, then your mind is purified. Then automatically bhakti towards Krishna will come. But the same thing, if you don't offer it to Krishna and then you eat it for your own sense enjoyment, Krishna, he says, you are only eating sin, because that's coming with a lot of karma. So much of insect would have died when the fire is burning. So many things would have died by the time the food is coming to your plate. So like that, Krishna, like a true friend, he's telling everything for our own good, saying that please listen to me, do everything for me, then I will make sure that no karma touches on you. No karmic reaction will come at you. Even so, even the food that we eat, the charity, do you know that even when you do charity, even the charity also, if you do it to a wrong person at the wrong time, let's say sometimes somebody is a drug addict on the road, and you're thinking that you're doing a nice charity, and you're giving him $100, go and enjoy yourself. Tomorrow that person takes drinks and liquor and drugs, that karma will come to you. So even your karma also is in the mode of three gunas. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. If you're giving it to a wrong person, even the charity, that's in the mode of ignorance, where you are binding by your own karma by giving something to them. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Datavyam iti jaddanam diyate nopakarane deshakale japatrecha taddanam shastrikamritam daddanam, which means that danam, that charity that you do in a place like a temple for Krishna, right? When your hard-earned money, when you are giving donation in a temple for Krishna, for a nice purpose of supporting that mandir, because mandir we need support, right? Because there are so many patrons every year, we have patrons who are regularly contributing to the temple. So what's happening? This is charity in the mode of goodness, in Sattva Guna. So that will be very, very beneficial for you. Right? So Krishna is giving us all the knowledge through Bhagavad Gita, that when you come to the mandir, be knowledgeable when you do these things. Right? So it's very important that this human life is very, very precious. So we should spend our life by doing kirtan for Krishna, by listening to Krishna Katha and eating Krishna Prasadam. Krishna himself is telling, but by just listening to Krishna Katha, by listening to Bhagavad Gita, what happens? Janma karma chame divyam evam yogi itakutah chakradeham punarjanma naiti mamiti. So Krishna is saying, no more janma for you if you chant, if you are listening to Krishna Katha. Why? Krishna is saying, people, the normal people, they'll again have to take birth. Krishna says, anybody who's born, sure to die, and after that, surely he'll be born again. But if you listen to Krishna Katha, no more birth and death for you. Why? Those devotees, they get so much of spiritual balance that they will directly go to Krishna Loka. So the very, very auspicious thing. So on that note, let's do a bit of Kirtan more, and then we will hand it over to 6 o'clock. Every 6 o'clock we have a Bhagavad Gita class. How fortunate we are in this mandir. Every day morning we have a class. Srimad Bhagavatam class or Chaitanya Charitamrita class. And evening we have a Bhagavad Gita class. So this mandir, this Krishna Bhagavan has given us this beautiful gift of this Krishna mandir for all of us so that we can make use of this. So when we come here, we request everyone, take part in the Kirtan, listen to Bhagavad Gita, come and eat Krishna Prasada. In that way, we can progress in our bhakti life, right? So please join us, we'll do a bit of Kirtan, and after that, Prabhuji or Mataji, someone they will come and do the Bhagavad Gita.
Is it on? 6:30.
This is the right?
Yeah. Yeah, make it bigger. Will you be moving it or do one by one? Who moves it? Do I have to
You
move
just
it?
click this up and down, down,
Yeah.
and up. Okay.
Oh dear.
You get it, Master. You'll be okay.
Up and down. Can't see. $6.30. 30. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Vijana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Vijana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Manachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Manachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Jaya Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman, Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman, Sita Ram, Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming today and attending the class. For whoever can stay, Arti will be, curtain will close about 6:30, and then Arti will be at 7 till 7:30. So whoever can stay in the class, it will be appreciated if some silence was kept, please. Thank you. So this evening class is on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 30, which is on the board. If you can read it, you can repeat later when I'll be asking you to. So chapter 6 is Dhyana Yoga. And the verse is verse 30. Yo mam pasyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pasyati tatvyamyam na padyamyam ami sachamena panasyati. Yo mam pasyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pasyati tasyaham na pranasyami sachamena panasyati. Yo mam pasyati sarvatra sarvam na pai pasyati tasyaham na panasyami sachamena panasyati. So if anyone can repeat, I'll do it line by line. If you can repeat. If you can read it, it's there as well, okay? So first line. Yo mam prasyati sarvatra sarvam chamai prasyati tasyaham na pranasyami sachamena panasyati. Thank you very much. So I'll do word by word. Yeah, whoever. You can repeat, please. Mam, me. Prasyati, sees. Sarvatra, everywhere. Sarvam, everything. Cha, and. Maya, in me. Pasyati, sees. Tasya, for him. Aham, I. Na, not. Panasyami, I'm lost. Saha, he. Cha, also. Me, to me. Na, nor. Panasyati is lost. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Manor. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost in me. So if anyone can repeat, you can repeat please after me. For one who sees everything, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Okay, so the purport by Prabhupada, he's written a purport about it. It's a little bit long of a purport, so if you be patient to read, I'll read it out. And then it will be there. Okay. So, okay. A person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature, but in each and every instance he is conscious of Krishna, knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna. Okay. A position transcendental even to material liberation. At this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee, and the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor is the personality of Godhead ever out of sight of the devotee. To merge in Krishna is spiritual annihilation. A devotee takes no such risk. It is stated in Brahma Samhita chapter 5, verse 38. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hidaye suvilokayanti yam shyama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindamadi purusham tamham brajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamsundar, situated within the heart of the devotee. At this stage, Lord Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee. Nor does the devotee ever lose sight of the Lord. In the case of a yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, the same applies. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Thank you. So I'll just do some invocation mantra. I mean, this verse is quite self-explanatory. When you read it, can you hear? Yeah? So when you read it at home, when you have your Bhagavad Gita look open, you can read it yourself. It's self-explanatory, but we can discuss about it in this class. So I'll just do some pranam mantra, and then we can kind of get involved in the verse. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksunun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Nitam Cha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vanchakalpataribhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So about this verse, Has everyone ever read the Bhagavad Gita? No, never? Do you have a Bhagavad Gita? Oh, okay. Bhagavad Gita is available at the reception. Have you heard about the Bhagavad Gita? Yeah? What is it? Sorry? Okay. This Gita is, the Bhagavad Gita is written, it's by Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita as it is. There are so many Gitas, but this one is as it is, as it was given by Lord Krishna. So the Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. This was like spoken by Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So whoever don't have a Bhagavad Gita, please take one home with you, and then whatever is you've heard, it will be there. It's as it is. Okay. So here a person in Krishna consciousness sees Lord Krishna everywhere and everything in Krishna. Devotees, they establish a bond, and they never lose sight of the Lord, because the Lord sits as Paramatma in the devotee's heart. Everything is manifestation by Krishna's energy. The source of everything is Krishna. So there's an analogy about Krishna being the source of everything. Krishna is everywhere, and Krishna is one, but he can be seen in everywhere. Analogy of the sun. The sun is one, but if you fill like hundreds of pots of water, you will see hundreds of suns, but the sun is only one. So Krishna is only one, and he's everywhere, and he's within us, within our soul as Paramatma. There's also an analogy about the two birds sitting on a branch. One is the soul, and one the super soul. The soul, he is doing activities, he's tasting, he's eating the fruit, but the Paramatma, he's just watching. So the Paramatma, when the soul has had enough of satisfaction, then he recognizes the Paramatma within him, and then the soul can meet with Krishna. So Krishna is never lost to a mature devotee. So how do we see Krishna? How do we search for Krishna? Has anyone ever tried to search for God or search for Krishna or want to look who Krishna is or who God is? Have you ever tried wanting to know who he is, how to look for him? Everybody know about Krishna? Yes, okay. So Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's sitting there, and as on the other side of the altar, like as Ram, is as Krishna himself. He comes as Ram, and in the middle, Gauranitai, he comes out Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So Krishna, he is Govinda. He's a Ishwara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna is Govinda. He is the cause of all causes, and there is no cause above him. And how do we look for him? Everybody heard about Vrindavan? What's Vrindavan? Yes? Okay. So Vrindavan, when it was found by the 6 Goswamis. The Goswamis were from Bengal, and they were sent by Mahaprabhu, by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to look for Krishna, to excavate the place of Lord Krishna, because after Lord Krishna had left, the place was completely lost. So these 6 Goswamis came to look and to search for Krishna. How they looked for Krishna is He Radhe Braja Devike Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta Koshanta Viti Sarvato Brajapure Kedar Mahavihvalo Bande Rupa Sanatanam Ragajigo Shri Jiva Gopalako. So these six Goswamis, they came there, they look everywhere for Krishna. They call He Radhe, He Lalite, Lalita, Radha. You must have heard about this name. Where are you? Are you on the bank of the Yamuna? Are you on the Govardhan Hill, where are you? They really searching. They came as mendicants. They only wore corpins and simple clothes, not even clothes. They just covered their top and their bottom, and they were looking for Krishna. This is the mood where we look for Krishna, being simple and really crying out from within. That's how we are able to get Krishna. So what this verse is saying, that whoever sees the Lord everywhere, she says here, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. So if you see Krishna everywhere, Krishna will never lose sight of you. So when you come to the temple, when you see the Lord, when you ask, how do you approach the Lord? Anyone? Yeah? Yeah? So how would we be able to see Krishna? We can see him, but do we know that whether really seeing him or whether seeing a murti, or how do we really see him? To see him, we have to cultivate the desire to see him. Until we have the desire, we won't really be able to see Krishna for who he is, because Krishna will reveal himself only for someone who really wants to know him, and then he won't lose sight of you. My Guru Maharaj used to say like a small story about how Krishna never leaves you, and how we can leave Krishna because we don't want to be with Krishna, so we have left him, we have come here, because we all know that this material world is temporary. We are here temporarily, we finish our journey and we go back. So my Guru Maharaj said like a father takes a child to a park, and first the father holds the child's hand and then shows the child around, and the child starts playing, and soon the child gets independent, starts to meet friends, and the child starts playing and gets absorbed and kind of forgets about the father a little bit, sometimes comes back, sometimes goes away, comes for a little bit of snack and goes away again. But the father doesn't lose sight of that child. But the child is forgetting the father because he's with his friends. So when it starts getting dark and evening starts coming, then the child starts crying, "Father, Father, where are you? I want to go home now." Similar to us, we come in this world, someone takes our hands, shows us the way to this world, and we carry on, we get our education, we move on, we meet friends, we meet family, we get married, we have children. Slowly, people from our life leaves us. Slowly they depart. Then we see the loneliness coming in. Then we say, "Father, Father, where are you?" Like, "Krishna, Krishna, where are you?" And then he comes. He's there for us all the time. Just like in our practical life, the father looks after the child. Same way, Krishna, he looks after us because we are his property. We belong to Krishna. And hence, we can also make Krishna become ours. Unless we have this concept, unless we are willing to do it, we won't be able to have it. If the desire is not there, you won't be able to do it. Now, to have the desire, what do you need to get a desire is you have to deserve. If you don't deserve it, you won't be able to, your desire will not be fulfilled. So with anything in life, how do we think we can deserve something? Suppose we want a job, how would we deserve this job? Anyone? That's simple, come on. You're going for a job application. How do you think you will deserve to get this job? You study. You look at the task. You look at your profile. You look at, the job application and things like that, yeah? So for you to deserve Krishna, it's quite simple. First, you just have to think about Krishna. To deserve him. Our ISKCON organization has set some simple examples, like you have to follow some principles, you have to chant some rounds, you have to be able to commit And we also do some devotional service as well. Then you can get Krishna. Krishna can will be happy to see your service attitude. So then we deserve him. Anyone else? How else can we deserve Krishna? Suppose you come here. What makes you think that you deserve for him to really see you? What do you think it is? Some bhakti, isn't it? Yeah, some bhakti, some inner search. Because if you don't ask from within, you won't get it. So in our ISKCON movement, we ask like for the chanting of the holy name. Everyone knows about the chanting, how we chant, what we say when we chant. The 3 words, Hare, Krishna and Ram. You heard this chanting? You know, how do you say it? Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Yeah, very good. So this chanting is required, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This simple chanting of these 3 words, if we continuously practice it and put it in our lives, we will never be able to forget Krishna. Because in daily life we have so many things to do. But how can we remember Krishna all the time? But if his name is just on the tip of our tongue, of course we will not forget him. Because even when you're at work or you're in any situation, you are doing your housework, you are looking after children, but if this holy name is in your lips, you will not forget Krishna. But how did this happen? This happens out of habit. You have to make yourself get used to it. And there is a simple process our temple offers. We have daily program here from morning till evening at night. Anyone has been here in the morning programs? Morning, no? Okay. Anyone has been here for midday program? Yes? Okay. So the activity starts here like 4:30 in the morning. They do the Rajbhog, they do the Mangalarti, and then you have Tulsi Puja, you have deity greetings, you have Japa session. So with this continuous activities in the temple, you can cultivate yourself to be able to focus on Krishna. I mean, coming once in a while is not sufficient. You have to be able to come regularly, even like once a week, and just see what's going on. And come any time of the day. Any time of the day you come, there's always something going on. And by the way, you get prasad. Morning you'll get breakfast, lunchtime you get served nice lunch prasadam, and evening you get served prasadam. I think it should be finished by now. But later at 7:30 you will get Mahaprasad, because the bhoga is coming in right now. They'll be offering to the Lord, and you'll get Mahaprasad from that after the Arti. And 9 o'clock also there'll be Arti, and after that you will get Mahaprasad. So with this tasting of the Mahaprasad, that will awaken your Krishna consciousness as well. That will purify your senses. And with taking prasadam, you have also think about some basic principles that will sustain us and make us be aware about the dharma that we have to follow. The dharma that we have to follow is truthfulness, compassion, austerity, and cleanliness. Okay? So that is satya, daya, tapas, and socha. So that what's required for us to be able to maintain that is like, if you don't gamble, then obviously truthfulness will be maintained. If you don't do meat eating, our compassion, mercy will be maintained. If you don't do any intoxication, then austerity will be preserved. And we don't have any illicit sex, like sex out of marriage, or anything inappropriate. Jai Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Sita Ram Lakshmana Bhagat jai, Govinda ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. then cleanliness will be maintained. So it's important to have these 4 principles to be able to get purification: cleanliness, austerity, compassion, and truthfulness. Do you think that's possible to do these 4 things in your daily life to get Krishna? It's possible, yeah? Yeah, it is possible, yeah. But sometimes we get in bad habit. It depends what kind of family we're born in. Sometimes we are born in a family of meat eaters. Obviously, we will be eating meat. But when we get this realization, then we can think, because Krishna has given us the power to think. And all the living entities that come in this world, human beings, are the most superior, because they have an ability to discriminate. Whether animals can't, plants can't. We can discriminate what is right and what is wrong. Even if we have had this bad habit, we have to take a drink to relax, then think on the alternative thing to do. Maybe have some punch or something, but not intoxicate your body. But it's easy to be carried away in this life, in this material world, is to be carried away with our habits that which is not due to our fault, like consciously, but having had some knowledge, having had come in contact with devotees and devotee association, we will be able to guard against that. And then the process is easy. In Satya Yuga, all these 4 dharmas were there. And Satya Yuga, where was Satya Yuga? What was happening in Satya Yuga? Satya Yuga, yeah. There was meditation in Satya Yuga, yeah? They were just meditating. Narayan, Narayan, Narad Muni used to go around, just Satya Yuga, Narayan. In that age, the dharma was standing on the 4 legs, yeah? But when came Treta Yuga, in Treta Yuga, the 1 leg got taken away. And then the dharma was standing on 3 legs only. Austerity was taken away. In Dwapara Yuga, dharma stood on 2 legs only, because cleanliness was taken away. In Kali Yuga, dharma is standing on 1 leg only, because truthfulness has been taken away. So now we have to think, and that 1 leg that we are standing on, that is also shaking, because we kept losing as we are coming towards Kali Yuga. And to think about it, this is only the beginning of the Kali Yuga. So we can just sort of imagine what can happen if at the end of Kali Yuga, what it will be like. So therefore, we do not want to be here. We want to be out of this place, because this is the place, a playground. We've come here, we spend our time, and then we get out of here. And so for the Kali Yuga now, the age span is only about maximum like 100 years, or maybe some live more, but generally 100, not even that. And that will reduce to 50, and it keep reducing. Whereas in the Dwapara Yuga, it was 1,000 years, the time of Krishna. In the Treta Yuga, the time of Lord Ram, it was 10,000 years. In the time in the Satya Yuga, it was 100,000 years. That's how long were the ages. And then when we think now in Kali Yuga, like it's nothing compared to how it was in the other yugas. So if we want to get purification, we have to think about the 4 principles. So the 4 principles that the ISKCON organization, like Srila Prabhupada, established was no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. And think about Krishna. Always think about Krishna and never forget him. That's the only 5 things you need to do. And then you get perfection, and then you never come back here again. Is it difficult to do, or can it be done? Is it doable? These 4 regulative principles and the chanting of the holy name and remembering the holy name? Yeah? I mean, all religion tell you to remember names, isn't it? There's some kind of chanting in every religion. Even every sampradaya tells you some kind of chanting, But the remembering is important. And we have been given a very, very easy process by His Divine Grace Prabhupada. Is everyone familiar with Prabhupada here? Yeah? And at what age he went out to give us this knowledge and what he went through to be able to give us this. So in recognition for that, we can do something for him as well. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today. If it wasn't for him, there were so many things wouldn't have happened. Like even in India, there's so many changes, there's so many ISKCON temples, and so much preaching is going on. Whereas before, we didn't have so much. And especially nowadays, so many young people are getting involved. You will see there is so many groups. There is even in this, in outside of this temple, you have youth groups, people who are what's this? People who are associated with Vaishnavism. You have lots of voluntary workers. People help, and even in whichever temple you go to, like if it's Swaminarayan temple, any temple you go to, because anyone who is linked to Vaishnavism, they understand that seva, how seva is important in their lives. So what we have in this temple is for people to cultivate themselves. We have many sangha groups. Sangha means like people meet at the house, because not everybody is able to come to the temple. And when you come to the temple, it's not always easy to kind of discuss. And I mean, now we are talking, but if you want to know a bit more, you might not be able to ask all your questions. Whereas when you're in a sangha group, you can ask any question you want. You can help each other. You can enliven each other. You can motivate each other to reach the one goal. And we have a Bhakti Vriksha group. Does anyone go to any sangha? Any sanghas, meeting any devotees, meeting anyone, family at their place, have some. But you do have pujas and all that, don't you? Yeah, so that is kind of some kind of a sangha. But the puja is like once in a while. But sangha is something like regular. Puja you'll have to do, like suppose there is Ram Navami, you'll do a puja, there is a Durga puja, there is something like that. That is a routine that you do, because that's the way we've been brought up. But if you make it a routine to do like a sangha at least once a month or once a fortnight, so those people who you're meeting with for your pujas or wherever, the community, you can do something more constructive. Not just go to the temple and bow down 4 times, 5 times and come out and that's it. With the sangha, you do something continuously. You follow a program. You follow some kind of discipline. And then you get to know each other. And in Bhakti, one of the important things is association. The association makes you what you are. If you associate with people who are doing nonsense, you tend to do nonsense. You become who you are by dealing with like-minded people. If you want to be in the mode of goodness, you will associate with people in the mode of goodness. Of course, when you associate with people in the mode of goodness, you wouldn't tend to do bad things. Yeah. Whereas if you associate with people who are in the mode of like ignorance or mode of passion, you would do what they're doing. You meet your friends and you all open a liquor bottle and then you all start drinking. So you all do it together because that's the association you are with. Whereas if you are with an association where you think, oh no, let me just have like, I don't need this. This is giving me like, is breaking the regulative principles. So I better do something that is meaningful for my dharma, that the 4 legs of dharma that I said earlier on, to maintain that. So this is the path of bhakti. In the Bhagavad Gita, it also says that there is a 5 topics. Ishwar, this is God. There is Jiva, the living entity. There's Prakriti, the material nature. There's Kal, which is eternal time. And there's Karma. So whatever karma you do in this body, within this Kal, in this body you do the karma. The Jiva, whatever they do, to that destination they will go. If we believe in the process of reincarnation, whatever we're doing now, we will get at the end of our life. And then if we think of Krishna, we'll go to Krishna. If we think about our pet, we'll become a pet. If we think of good things, we go to the destination that we are willing. First is the willingness. And does everybody believe in karma or not? You can say no if you don't believe, so we can talk about it. Yeah, you believe that what you do, you will get. Yeah, so therefore we've been told like you do good, then you get good, isn't it? Just like you teach your child, if you have a treat day, if you don't, listen, you don't behave, you won't get your treat day. Yeah, so if you have misbehaved and you don't get your treat day, so if you don't think about the good things in life when you're leaving your body, you won't be able to remember Krishna. So it says, there's a verse that in the Bhagavad Gita that says that how do we remember Krishna at the end of our life? Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Antakale chamameva smaram mukvat kalavaram ya prayatita masat madbhavan yanasti samsayah. Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 verse 5. I'm reading from the Bhagavad Gita on the book specifically so that you know that everything that I'm saying comes from the book. It's come from the Bhagavad Gita. So when you go home, you open your Bhagavad Gita, you can reflect on what you've heard here. Verse 6. So, Antakale chamevam kuttidu. 8:5, yeah. Okay, so the translation of these verses, and whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attain my nature. Of this there is no doubt. So I'm not saying this, it's Krishna who is saying it. Krishna came on the battle of Kurukshetra and he spoke to Arjuna. He spoke to Arjuna how we live this life, how we can solve all the problems of this life. So again, this Antakalecha, when we leave the body, how we will remember Krishna. Okay? Yam yameva. So, and how to enter the spiritual kingdom. When we want to go to Krishna, how do we enter the spiritual kingdom? In chapter 8, verse 6, it says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyadyaji antikalevaram tam tameva iti kaunteya sadat bhava bhavita. Translation. You know, someone is repeating. Yeah, yeah. It's for quite a popular verse. So the translation is whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain me without fail. So it's following that verse that I've read before, that when you remember Krishna, there is no doubt that you will attain his nature. And here it is saying, when you quit your body, that state you will attain without fail, the state you'll be thinking of him. Everybody believes in that, or you have any doubt about it? You can always say, we can always discuss about it if you doubt it. You happy with that? You think it's true? You'll get that. If you think of Krishna, you'll go to him. Yeah? So then the best way to go on about that also will be to read the Bhagavad Gita. Do you have a Bhagavad Gita at home? Oh yes. You've been reading it? No? Oh dear. Never mind. But at least... Oh, you read every day, yeah. But at least you know about it. Yeah. It's there, yeah? It's there. Bhagavad Gita is good to be in the house because it purifies your house. It purifies the environment as well. Okay, you haven't had the chance to open it, fair enough. But now that you've come here, you know, you've developed a taste to come here. You're not here just out of nothing. You have wanted to come here. You have aspired to come here. You got this taste. The taste has brought you here. Your good fortune has brought you here. So you're getting to know about this. This Bhagavad Gita is sitting on your shelf. You go home and you open it. And the verses that I've talked about, you go and open and read it, And then that will be more like vivid to you of what the Gita is saying. Because Gita teaches how to live this life, isn't it? Yeah? And it's quite an easy process to follow. Okay. So I did say how you will enter the kingdom of God. So now, how do we attain the Supreme? There's a verse, chapter 9, verse 34. It says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyayamam namaskuru mam evaya sikonteya atmanam matpaya vataha. Chapter 9, verse 34. So nothing is made up, okay? Everything that's from the book we're reading. So you can read it same way. It says there's no difference. There's no difference to me reading it here and you reading it at home, okay? So you can read it. So okay. So it says how to get Krishna, yeah? So engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. You agree? Yeah? Okay. So Prabhupada in the purport he says, in this verse, it is clearly indicated that Krishna consciousness is the only means of being delivered from the clutches of this contaminated material world. Sometimes unscrupulous commentators distort the meaning of what is clearly stated here. That all devotional service should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So sometimes it might not be easy for everyone to come to temple to do devotional service, but you can always do devotional service at home. Yeah? You can always have a small picture, you offer some incense, you give your bhoga to Krishna, you meditate on him, and then after that bhoga is offered, you take that. That is a service as well. When someone comes to your house, you receive them very well. That is a service as well. And when there is a festival or something, you come to the temple and then you engage in some kind of service. If it's not possible to engage in your service physically, you can also engage in some kind of contribution, right? And so, because when we are working, we have to do some kind of service with our Lakshmi. I mean, some religions have a certain rule that you have to give so much percentage, so much percentage, so much percentage. But I think with our Vaishnava, we haven't really set up that kind of example that you have to give so much. Although there is an example about the Goswamis, the Sanatana Goswami, how he divided his wealth and how he gave his wealth. So what we can do, we can calculate in our mind what percentage can we give to the Lord to serve the Lord. Yeah? So we can do that in many ways. We can always do that by buying a book, or by you going to a relative's house, you want to take a present, instead of taking something that will be junk for them, they'll throw it away. Take some nice scripture books, take some nice puja books, take some nice something that enlighten them, and then they can benefit. At least you've given them a gift, you've done a service, they have benefited, and Krishna is happy with you. So with one action, you've killed so many birds, isn't it? With one, okay? So that is a way of service as well. So service can be done in any way. In our temple here, there is lots of service that can be done. You see there's service going on, the bhoga is being offered, someone has cooked, someone is offering it, someone will be washing the dishes, someone will be offering arti, and then after that the deities will be dressed, will be undressed and put in. All this is service, 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 service. There's so much service going on in this temple. When you come even during the daytime, there is a prasadam seva, you can serve, you can help, you can direct people where to go. You see someone is a bit lost, you can just tell them, like, where to go and what to do. That is service as well. Any little thing when you do is a service, but as long as you are willing to do it. If you're just wanting to stay back and just watch, then nothing can be done. Nothing will be done because you don't have the desire. You have to have the desire. When you see something, I just want to do it. And another thing is for festivals and for when you come to the temple, any temple, not only here, yeah, there is some programs going on. They have to raise some funds. You can help in that, because if you have, if you're working, you're comfortable. I mean, in England, like most people have kind of fairly good salary, and that will be service to humanity, service to Krishna. But Srila Prabhupada has said the most best service for him is for his books to be out, distribute his books so that people get knowledge about him, people get knowledge about this Krishna consciousness, because so many people, although they know so much about the Hinduism or the religion or the Vaishnavism, they miss out on knowing the true religion, and they get diverted into different directions, and the bhakti path is lost. So, anyone has any questions? No? No? You've been here before? Yeah, so you know. Okay. So in the morning as well, we have class here. Every morning we have the Srimad Bhagavatam class, Monday to Friday. On Saturday and Sunday we have the Chaitanya Charitamrita class. I said earlier on about Gauranitai, the small deities, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is class given about him in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday. So you're all free to come anytime. Come to the class. See the deity greetings. Has there anybody ever been in the morning program, 7 o'clock in the morning, when we have the deity greetings? No? It's very interesting. Very nice. When the curtain opens and the deities are newly with the dresses in the morning, and then they are greeted, and then there's a program. After the deity greetings, there is a class, like Bhagavatam class, and then there is prasadam, and then there is kirtans. There is so much going on. So it's not necessarily that if you don't have time to come in the evening, then you won't come to the temple. You can come in the morning as well, and even you can come lunchtime. Lunchtime there's a big program. So when the curtain will open at 7 o'clock, everybody put your cushion on the side, yeah, and then you get closer to the stand near the barrier there, and then you will have the arati. So meanwhile, we can chant the Hare Krishna mantra. I said it earlier. The Hare Krishna mantra has which word? 3 words. Hare, Krishna and Ram. So how does it go? You say Mataji, you said it earlier. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So until the curtain opens, let's all repeat this, yeah? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
I'll let you get it. I'll let you. We could go in that corner.
Yeah, it's fine. Which one?
Stand up. Stand up, everybody. It should be in the back, right in the back. Hare Krishna. I'm fine. राधा गोकुलानंद भगवान की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गोनिताय की जय. So everybody can follow up there, please. One by one line. You can repeat after me. Thank you. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatyarine Jayo Jayo Goravachande Arati Kashobha Jayo Jayo Goravachande Arati Kashobha Iva Jayo Jayo Goravachande Arati Kashobha Iva Jayo जानवी तट बने जगमान लोबा जानवी तट बने जगमान लोबा दक्षिण नीताई चंद वामे गदा धर दक्षिणी तई चंद वामे गदाधर निकटे अद्वैत श्री वास छत्रधारा निकटे अद्वैत श्री वास छत्रधारा बासी आछे गौरव चंद्र रतन सिंह शान बसे आछे गौरव चंद्र रतन सिंह शान बसे एवरीवन आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गण आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गण नारो हरि आदि करे चमर डुलाया नारो ओ हरि आदि करे चमर डोलाया नारो शंखो बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंखो बाजे शंखो बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल शंखो हे माधुरा मृदंगा बाजे पारमारशाला राधे राधे ओय माधुरा मृदंगा बाजे पारमारशाला बाहो कोटि चंद्र जिणी वदन उज्ज्वल बाहो कोटि चंद्र जिणी वदन उज्ज्वल कोटि साला देसे वनमाला कर जलमाला काला देसे वनमाला कर जलमाला शिव सुकनारादा प्रेम गाद गाद शिव सुक नारादा प्रेम गाद गाद शिव हे भागवती विनोद देखे गोरर्थां पदाया भागवती बोलो 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 गौरंगेरे आरती की शोभा जग जान मान लोभा Sing it louder. गौरांगेरे आरती की शोभा जग जान मान लोभा गौरांगेरे जय गौराम निताय गौराम निताय जय गौराम निताय Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gonitai Sandhya Arti ki. Gonitai Sandhya Arti ki. Gonitai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gora Bhaktivedanta Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gora Bhaktivedanta Jayo Shri Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. सब बोलिए, सब बोलो, ओपन द माउथ, बोलिए, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा The free spiritual entertainment. Come on, take the advantage, please. Louder from the heart, like a fighting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo. Come on. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jayo Goranita, Goranita, Jayo Goranita, Jayo Goranita. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. गौतम बोलो गोकुलानंद भगवान की हाथ ऊपर करके हाथ ऊपर right up like that. We are surrendering to Krishna. Hands up, right? Louder. Hare Krishna. Louder in fighting spirit. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Gaurnitai Sandhya Arti ki. Louder. Ganga Mai ki. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki. Jagannath Puri Dham ki. Navadip Mayapur Dham ki. Ayodhya Dham ki. Gaurnitai ki. Ganga Mai ki. Jamuna Mai ki. Tulsi Devi ki. Bhagavad Gita ki. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Bhaktivedanta Manor ki. London Bhaktivedanta Manor ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Nithai Gaur Brahmande. All glories to somebody bodies. All glories to somebody bodies. All glories to somebody bodies. All glories Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So please have a seat. 5 minutes. We're going to have a Nashinga prayer. After that, you can going to have prasad. नीचे बैठ जाइए सब लोग बैठ जाओ नीचे नरसिंह प्रार्थना नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
Namaste Narasingaya.
प्रहलाद लाद दयान है ओए होए हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षा शिलकंकान कलाए तो न सिंगो पर तो न सिंगो जातो जातो जामिता तो न सिंगो बाये न सिंगो हृदय न सिंगो बायेर्न सिंगो हृदयेन सिंगो नरसिंहमदेन शरणमृपदे तव कर कमलवरेण खाम अद्भुत सिंगा दालिता हिरण्यकशिपु उतनु भीमा केशवधृता नरहरे रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे अवकर Arbuda Shinga Dalita Hiranyakasipu Narsingre Echavadri Ragare Rupa Jaya Jagdish Hare Jaya Jagdish Hare Jaya Jagdish Jayo Narsingadev 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 Jayo Narsingadev Jayo Narsingadev 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 Jayo Narsingadev Jayo Pelad Maharaj Pelad Maharaj Pelad Maharaj Jayo Pelad Maharaj Jayo Pelad Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Bolo 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 Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur सिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की शिल प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड कम बैक टुमारो हरे कृष्ण नेक्स्ट आरती इज 9 o'clock 9:30 9 okay thanks